spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from four into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got four in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah, baby. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner and the beautiful Asana Moon. And we're back again for another show. And the title of this episode is Charged Up, baby. Because that's exactly what we are. Charged all the way up, baby. We got our internet back up and rolling. We getting ready to go into this next chapter of the show. Hey, baby, we ready to roll. Happy to be here. Sending God blessings out over everybody that's tuning in. Whatever you wishing for, hoping for, praying for, health, finances, relationships, whatever it is, we already praying. You got it. We happy you here. If you just tuning in, we definitely happy to have you on the Dog King Power Hour. It's a show that normally goes on Wednesday, but had some technical difficulties. My internet went down due to some storm. I found out my wires got blew out the wall or some type of stuff. So it got fixed. We didn't get upset. Once again, we just kept going forward, which is what I always tell you guys to do. Obstacles gonna come. Don't let it ruin your day. Improvise and keep going forward. But today, the whole subject of the show is charged up. And it's a very simple one. We ain't playing around today. We cutting straight through the mustard. We getting straight to the comments on my videos because there's several of them because they built up because we had a couple of more extra days. Like I say, because normally the Dog King Power Hour is on Wednesday. But I'm so happy to be back, man. And it's so funny because me and Austin and the girls, we're still hanging around in the junkyard right now. On purpose. But next week, after the holidays, we plan on once again showing you guys a little bit more of what's in the future. So with all that said, me and the beautiful Asna finna get right down to the nitty gritty, say what's up to my people. First of all, I did see I glimpsed at the comments and saw Kevin Gray won today. Congrats, Kevin, Dog King Army team member. He won. I already wrote your name down as the winner for the day. And what that means is at some point, I'm going to come into overflow
and I'm gonna have more than enough. I'm gonna be able to, share things, and I want to give away $1 a year, at least, give away $1 a year. Even if I like graduate to the point where I may actually have dolls for sale or something like that. Even if I get to that point, I still want to give away $1 a year. I just think that'd be a very nice thing, a good way to bless somebody that's looking for a blessing. Somebody could be less fortunate or something. So, or either, guess what? You may just want to add another girl to the family. So it's so cool to see Kevin Gray get another victory. He's been trying for a while, and guess what? Here's the deal. I don't care who's in the league. When it's time to give that dollar away, it depends on who's responding. So if somebody has, because right now MGTOW is ahead of everybody. But if he's ahead of everybody, but at the time it's time to give the dollar away, he's nowhere to be found. Hey, it's next up, baby. So it's always a reason to keep on fighting. And before I get to my hellos and good mornings and all that, some of you are aware of what's sort of going on with the show as far as the family and things of that nature. I may have new viewers who don't know. But with all that said, I just want to say, I don't care who I'm adding to the family or whatever may happen in the future. I'm still learning and growing with my regular girls as well. And man, I promise you, Asna had been turning up the heat on me the last time I saw her. But man, don't you know she's been so adorable over the last weeks that I've had her out. It seemed like her whole demeanor has changed to where she just want to be cool. And hey, I'm really loving her right now. I behind things, I've been hugging her up. This girl is amazing. So glad to have her with me. And now I'm going to check on my comments, see what's going on right quick with you guys. I know it's early in the morning. Once again, guys, I'm known for doing my little early streams. I thought about streaming last night, but man, I was still working on that project actually. And man, I ended up getting too tired. So I ended up going to sleep at a certain point. And I didn't do it last night. I was like, you know what? It'll probably be more people on tonight, but you know what? It's funny, man. I don't move in the way of money or people or things. I just move in the way of my spirit. So it could have been more people on last night, but guess what? I was led to do it this morning. So same thing in my life. Hey, I turn something down if it don't feel right. Kevin Gray in the house. I want to give a shout out to all my Dog King Army team members, man. I'm going to do a quick rundown of them only because I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that's donating to the show and helping out. Everything you're doing, like I say, even what I'm getting now, even the help that I'm getting now, it's helping out the show. It's helping me get things for the show that I need. I need to go to my dog. I'm sorry I didn't have this pulled up already. Because I don't want to miss anybody today. I don't think I ever miss anybody, but I want to give my Dog King Army team members a shout out right quick before we get good and started. Man, I should have had this pulled up. So, my Dog King Army team, the Dog Nation, Fort Upton, STEM, Blue CCG, Carol Rush, James Krause, Comic Book, Lieutenant Johnny K, DAS, man. Hey, APB on DAS, man. I ain't heard from him in a little while. Hopefully he okay. Sheila Bell and Kevin Gray, man. Hey, that's my Dog King Army team, the team within the team. Those are the guys that have committed to support me on a monthly basis. Even though, like I say, I do love that everybody, is contributing, on an individual basis. But those are just the people that have committed to doing it on a monthly basis, and they get a few perks along with their dedication. Kevin Gray says, "Let's go today, help. Remember your banner." Hey, that's why I put it up, because I was finna forget it. Lieutenant Johnny K says, "Good morning." Dang, I wasn't first. Kevin Gray says, "Snooze, you lose, Johnny K." He laughing. Let's do this, Jay. Matt G says hello. Yeah, Johnny K, man, let's do it. Few other things to note before I get into the meat of the show, because I'm diving right in. We got enough to talk about. Man, this isn't a Venti report, but I do got to mention a couple other ladies. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Melanie Matt. She reminds me of Anna. I don't think she really wants to be proud of winning right now. And also some people get their faith confused with things and they think they can't enjoy themselves and things of that nature. So she may even think that she can't enjoy being the winner because of her faith, but that's not true. But nevertheless, I want to give a shout out to Melanie Mack. She's a beautiful girl, a gamer, YouTuber, Twitcher. She won my scent competition, so I want to give a shout out to her. She's been dropping tweet after tweet, and man, I promise you, I'm gonna talk about her more on another show, but that girl makes me love her. This is another reason she won. Every tweet she drops is good. Every one. So she was tweeting recently about playing with her brother on a co-op game. They had an old Nintendo Cube, I believe, or I forgot. I think it was the old GameCube or something like that, and I think it was the one before that. It was the Nintendo before that because they was playing Perfect Dog. I was like, man, this girl, hey, I love her style, playing them old school games. So they found another old game last night in her garage, and she said she was playing it with her little brother. So just tweets like that make you love her. So shout out to Melanie Mack. Shout out to Thana. Shout out to Thana. And for all who don't know her, that's that Star Wars girl, Anna. I got to give her so much credit, man. I'm so proud of her. I'm just gonna say it. I'm proud of her because her calendar actually went over $100,000 this year. I think last year went over 80,000. I don't even know. I'm not in her business like that. I'm just looking for like everybody else. I don't know how it breaks down to where exactly how much she's gonna pull in. But let's just be honest here. We all know that those cosplays don't cost that much to produce. So she's pulling in mostly profit. But I'm just so proud of her because she's making it. You know, when you're in YouTube, it's so many ways to sort of make it. You can have a lot of merchandise. You can be selling something. You can have a business you're promoting. You can just be a straight YouTuber, pretty much like I am, making videos and things of that nature. Of course, I'm steadily trying to learn and grow because I want to sustain myself. But I think that's why I'm so proud of Anna is because she is sustaining herself in this medium. And it just, I guess, because I'm a creative, it just makes me just feel so good that, man, I see somebody who's succeeding. She can make it. She can keep going. It's another day for her. And, you know, just from what she's already done, you know, just if I was to compare it to myself, I live very meagerly as far as like, even if I see a lot of increase, I'm going to get things as I need them. I don't really need a whole bunch of excess. So just that type of a profit that she's getting, I was just like, man, I could go on for years doing what I love with just what she's already done. So I'm proud of her. Man, I'm proud of her. Just with the last 2 years, man, she should be able to keep doing what she loved for a long time if she's smart. So proud of her. And the third woman I'm going to mention, the infamous yet beautiful Burping Beauty, Brittany Venti. I definitely want to give a shout out to her because recently she dropped a video where she was talking about how somebody recognized her in a Starbucks. And I was happy because I was like, look at Venti getting recognized. You know, because I saw the genuine joy in her face, like, she was, you know, she happy that her hard work is paying off. You don't always see that from Venti. So I was happy. But man, somebody pointed out something later on, and I'll probably talk about this in a Venti report later because I'm going to be done with the ladies. I just want to say these 3 things and be done with them. But I saw somebody said, man, Venti, you drive. It was Melanie Mack. She said, Venti, you driving pretty good too. And it hit me. I said, oh, crap. I forgot Venti didn't know how to drive. She never drove a car before. Man, I promise you, that just makes me laugh every time I think about that. Dude, I've been driving a car since before I could drive, just like a lot of other people I know. So I guess when you're living in these big cities, you don't drive. You don't learn how to drive. And that is so crazy to me. Being a grown adult, not knowing how to drive, never having a driver's license and stuff like that. It's like, what is going on? I mean, I don't down her. It's just the place area she was raised. Didn't have a car. But to see her driving, it didn't even click in my head that she didn't know how to drive just a little while ago. So I'm proud of her for being able to drive. That is amazing. So with all that said, let me keep going through my hellos, and we're going straight to these comments. I think I had a few other people say something. Lieutenant Johnny K said, yeah, the new champ. Yeah. Hey, man, it was an upset to some because some people thought that Ashton was going to win. And I'm going to be honest. That girl is thick and fine. Some people thought that some people thought my girl Zia Land was going to win because I'm going to be honest. She ain't Ashton ain't finer than her. I'm sorry. Zia Land is fine. I can't lie. Even after she lost, she posted some things on Twitter because she does this Twitch stuff where she's half naked all the time. But like I said, I am a man and I'm attracted to the female form and all of its glory. And I promise you, even losing that girl, even with her nasty burping and stuff, because she makes Venti seem like her burping was way worse. But even with all that said, that woman looks so beautiful. She is a beautiful woman. Oh, Johnny called it out. He said Nintendo 64. That's what I was trying to remember. The 64. Man, the 64, it had some great games on it. It had a nice run. Johnny said, shout out to the OG champ. Matt G says the photographer probably cost a good amount. I don't know what he's talking about on that. Hello, Jay and Austin, Carol Rush. Hey, my resident vagina checking in. Good to see you, Carol. Good to see you. Love you. Glad you're here. So now we can officially get started. Because we're going to run down these comments. We're going to let you guys enjoy your holiday weekend. Doing what I love to do. Pretty much 7 days a week. I don't take any days off until it come a time where I'm led to take, not do 7 days a week, or until the time I'm forced not to do 7 days, which I don't even want to think about that day. I only want to think about a day like that come. We don't have days off. I didn't even realize it was a holiday till recently. A holiday coming up. I know one thing, the holiday I'm looking forward to is football getting started back up. Now, I'm getting really happy for that. And the way things set up now here, basketball will be back in a little while as well. Let's see something. Oh my goodness, I forgot my little towel. I love my towel. Now we're gonna start off, guys, with where my book at? Oh, we're gonna start off with a great comment, man. It was actually one of my last comments. I'm doing it because my phone messing up. My phone froze on me, man. And people might be like, why are you using the phone? I just do not. Something about the computer, it just don't look the same. I can't find my comments as quite as easy. So the first comment I want to read is, oh, here it is. It's from a woman, I believe, named Kimberly K. Because once again, you never know with these names, numbers, pictures. But I'm gonna assume it's a woman, Kimberly K. She says she made a comment on my video, dating the disabled, and that was a video I was talking about how, man, it's just an untapped dating pool. It's a lot of great disabled people out here that are definitely worthy of being dated. But it's just a strange conundrum because it's not always that people don't want to date them. Sometimes somebody may be scared to approach them. And also, a lot of times with disabled people, they're just not out as much. You don't see them. You don't get a chance to interact with them. Hell, they may be in their house 80% of the time. And if you don't catch them the 20% of the time they're out, you just never see them. Because I really compared disabled women that I would be attracted to me coming in contact with little people. Because you never really see them. You never see them. You know, I hardly ever run into these attractive handicapped women or any handicapped people a lot of the time. I rarely ever run across them enough to try to ask them out on a date. And the few that I have tried with, hell, I didn't have much luck with them. So it's it can be complicated, but they are out there and there are some great people. I highlighted a lot of people with amputations and things of that nature that were just as beautiful as if they had all their limbs. But I love this comment. That's why I put it number one. It's actually a recent comment, but I put it number one. Kimberly K says, I think you are both wonderful. I took the time to read your about on my YouTube channel, and I'm so happy I did. She said, listen, the world is full of so many personas, worrying about the stigma, worrying about life in general. It takes a mature person to stand up and be proud of the positives in life. She said, you're hurting no one. And she said, R.I.P. to Amber, a younger sister whom was a long life dialysis patient. She was 34 years old when she died. She said, it hurt my heart so bad that the quality of her life, even then, was affected by never being able to experience romance. She said, this is such a great segment. It made me cry. You're a wonderful man, and I'm a fan or friend for life, /friend for life. But what made me put this number one was, it's funny. I actually probably shared a couple of, I didn't boo-hoo, but I think I shed a tear reading this. Only because, once again, my show is based off of the, the doll life. But like I say, the doll life just doesn't revolve around the actual dolls. It revolves around how I'm living with the dolls and how we're interacting. And like I said, my companion dolls enjoy everything that I enjoy. And it enriches everything that I do. So when I was talking about this whole subject, as far as dating the disabled, she actually brought up a topic that I've talked about before, about how I was like, man, these dolls can come in handy with people who aren't finding connections and things of that nature. You know, I always say look for human connections and things of that nature, but sometimes people are in a position where it's just can't happen, doesn't happen. And when I read that, her sister was fighting with that loneliness and never having a relationship out of 34 years, I think that's what just hit me hard. Because unfortunately, God has placed that empathizing heart in me to where I don't just hear people's stories. For a moment, I sort of live their stories. And man, I hated it. But when I got to reading it, I started picturing myself, going through dialysis and just being in a state where I have to constantly go get treatment, maybe feeling bad about myself, looking down on myself, maybe not even being in a position where I could meet people because of my condition. But also, man, I've been in relationships, a lot of them. And when you come out of relationships, you can be lonely for a while, and you know, until you learn how to deal with it. But even then, sometimes you could be wondering, are you ever going to be in another relationship? And you can get depressed and things of that nature. But when I put myself in Amber's position of never having a relationship, see, that's what started hurting my heart. Because I was just like, man, you know, there's no way that somebody should have to go through. And that's all of our lives are short. I don't care if you live to be 200. It's a short life here on Earth. But 34 years is very short. And I was just thinking, like, it just ain't right for her to have to be by herself for 34 years. You know what I'm saying? What if she would have been prone to having a male companion dog? At the very least. Because let me tell you, you think it's at the very least until you get a companion dog and you realize that, man, you won't know until you get one. But I'm telling you, they become a lot more significant than you think. Man, every day I continue to grow. Even now, every day. Callie's in the back room right now, man. I be stopping back in the back room, giving her little kisses, telling her, hey, Callie, it's going to be all right. Hey, you coming back out, or checking on her and the rest of the girls. It's a constant growth period. So I think about somebody like Amber. I'd have rather her had a, companion dog with her, keeping her company, at least. But it just broke my heart to sort of hear that, man, because everybody does need to feel some type of love at some point in life. And I'm not talking about just from parents. I don't care if it's just a small moment. Everybody needs to feel somebody hugging them, feeling somebody wanting to kiss them, feel somebody wanting to put their arms around you. I don't care if it lasts or not, but everybody just needs to feel that at some point. And I think that's what sort of hurt me when I was reading this story. But I also was feeling good because when she was like, it was such a great segment and it made her cry and stuff, it was like, man, you know what? See, that's why I do shows that may not be straight on attacking the dog topic, because it had something to do with the dog topic. But that was really my Saturday show where me and the girls just have fun and talk about whatever we want to and go with our spirit even more. So I was like, man, that's exactly why I do shows just like that, because you never know who may need to hear something. And so I think what did I say to her? I said, thanks for your kind comments, of course. I knew I was going to talk about it more here. I said, it was great to hear about Amber. God bless you and your family, because it was damn good to hear about Amber. I know that God has her flying high right now. And some people think of flying high differently than I do. A lot of people think of flying high, yeah, she in heaven in some room or something. I just don't think of heaven like that anymore. Heaven is much, much more complex to me. It's not some room where you're just sitting around. No. Man, I actually think the journey to get to the real heaven is a little longer than we think it is. I think it's just other levels to this now. Man, like I say, Amber literally could be running somewhere in a whole different life. You know what I'm saying? On a whole different planet. Experiencing a whole lot of new things. You just never know how God has things planned once we leave here. But I'm definitely believing and praying that she's somewhere experiencing the love that she might not have experienced here. So with all this said, I'm gonna do another brief check. Matt G said Anna's calendar. Sheila says, good morning, kid. Yay, Sheila. Hey, good to see you, Sheila Bell. Love you. Johnny K says, here, the Dog King Army. Hey, Dog King Army full effect. Always showing me much love. I appreciate that. I always say, 0 viewers, 1 million viewers. It don't matter. The show going on. $0, $1 million. Guess what? I want to sustain myself. But as long as I can go with the 0, I would go with it. Because it's the truth. I'm doing this because I love it. I love to do it. I love what I do, man. I love being here. And that's what I love about the whole journey is it don't matter what may crumble around me at the time. I'm not even focused on it because I love what I'm doing and I love being here with you guys. Love being here with you guys. So now we're moving on to my next video. So we're gonna cover the last Dog King Power Hour, which is back in business. Because like I said, we got enough to cover here, man, to where we don't need no underlying theme to the show, believe me. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Ray Alvera said on Back to Business, my last Dog King Power Hour. And I don't think they had a big thing to it either. I was just saying back to business, similar to today when I was saying charged up, baby. I'm just happy to be here, to show back on, the internet back on. I think I was just saying back to business, like, hey, I'm just glad to be back at it. But Ray Alvera says all those bars, because he was talking about the opening song. He gave me the thumbs up pretty much. Dog Nation says, man, I forgot about this conversation. It was on one of my videos where I was talking about how I wasn't, I'm not the used dog, companion dog type of guy. But we had my guy DAS, he actually chimed in, and he was talking about he had ended up getting, he sort of sees getting used dog differently than me, which is just fine. There's nothing wrong with getting a used dog, a companion dog. Everybody is different. I was just saying, hey, it wasn't necessarily my thing, but I wouldn't deter anybody from doing it. But DAS was saying he different than me on that. He ended up buying 2 Guy Noah dogs, which he said were normally around 4,000, which he's about right. He ended up getting them for 1,000 each, I believe, and which was great. Dog Nation says, he said, okay, I would say yeah on getting those Guy Noahs too. He said, I ain't even gonna lie about that. And honestly, like I say, I told you, it's just a thing about just how I think. But I'm always, let me slow down. I'm open to change. Hell, it could be 5 years from now. Maybe I change on used dogs. Who knows? Maybe my viewpoint will change. But today, it's not for me. But I did say, if you're gonna go use, I'd rather you go silicone because they can be more sanitary and clean. And although I probably still wouldn't get those Guy Noahs for 1,000. Because like I told you, I just want a new dogs. But boy, oh boy, he is not wrong for getting those Guy Noahs at all. Because like Johnny said, that's a great deal. It's a tremendous deal. So that's just a mental block for me. It's not because that's a bad thing to do. Donation says, for me, the used dog thing is on the level of energy type of thing. It's a very personal preference. Right. I'm so glad he said that. It's a very personal preference. It's not a wrong thing. He said the way energy moves and settles into people and objects. He says, I highly prefer the non-used dog. But that Guy Noah and what he paid, I definitely make an exception. But what Dog King's saying about her not being with anyone else, being the novelty, yes. I'm always happy for anyone who gets a dog, so it doesn't matter how much, secondhand or otherwise. I'm just glad someone got one. He said, edited. I also took down the email. Man, that was a well written out statement by him. I hadn't got a chance to read all these recently, but man, that was a great statement because I love what he basically said everything that I was articulating. I just want to go back. It's a very personal preference. He's right. It's a personal thing. It's not a wrong thing. Man, you better not get a used dog. See, I say don't get a black site dog. I don't say don't get a used dog. You can get whatever you want in that regard. That's just a personal. That's just like having sex or not having sex. There's no wrong or right there now. You can have sex all day with your companion dog. You ain't wrong. So I love when he said that. Then he went on to say that how energy moves and people and objects can settle into them. That's something I wasn't even referring to, but it's a point well taken. Because I've said something about how you got to be careful what you're putting into your dog. Because I get these positive vibes from my dog because I'm always putting love into them. It's sort of just like my pets. Man, I could go and just right in front of one of my cat's face. They're not going to move an inch because they trust me. If they get hit that time, they're going to be like, damn. You know, the reason I stayed there is because he's just never done nothing like that before. He's never actually made contact and harmed me. So they get hit that first time. And I love that about my cats because it's like, you know what? That's just complete trust. They're not going to move because they know I'm not going to harm them. And same with my dogs. They have, like, if somebody was to be around my dogs, they should feel nothing but positive energy because that's all that goes into them. So, like you say, you can put negative energy into them. And he said, but that guy know it, I definitely make an exception. And that's where me and my guy, Dog Nation, and he, you know, he's still speaking in tongue in cheek. You have to be put in that situation to know exactly what you really do. But me, I'm just true to myself here. I love this dog game. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really do. I love it. I love it. You know, if I know you've used that dog in any way sexually, I just know it's no mental way I'm going to get past it. I just, for like I say, in the dog game. In the human game, I think it's just a bit different. But in the dog game, it's just a novelty to having an unused dog that I'm just like, you know what? I just don't want my dog after you've humped on this dog. And that goes, you know, and so I'm thinking like I couldn't do that silicone or TPE, and never TPE because TPE holds dirt. So when he says that he can get past it, I'm like, I don't even think I could get past it. It's one way I could see getting a used dog, and I know a guy like this. Is if I found a guy that just straight up is like me. He is just like me. Well, at this point, because I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. But if I met a guy straight up like me, and I could get guarantees and checks, black light and everything, just to know that this dog has never had sexual activity. Under those circumstances, then I could take the used dog. If I know that he's, you know, if I can get some verification that no sex has went on with this dog, then we can make it happen. And I said it. I said, I want to keep on saying what he said. He said, but that guy knowing what he paid, I definitely make an exception. And then he went on to, like I say, but Dog King said about her being a novelty, about her not being with anybody. I love how he reinforced that. I'm definitely with him on this. I'm happy for anybody who gets a dog. I don't give a damn what aspect it is, because you don't go by Dog King as far as what you want to buy, as far as like you may want to use. Don't count that out because I don't like it. You may like it. Do what's best for you. Because like he said, I'm happy with anybody that gets in the game, however they choose to get in the game. Other than I don't want you to get that black site dog. I really don't want you to get that. He said, I'm just glad somebody got one. I read that, but I was just saying, hey, I want to reread it. I definitely agree with him on that. And I responded to him, I definitely don't want anybody to think it's wrong to go use. It's just a personal preference. And those guy knowers were a great deal. Carol, she was the only one that commented on this video. She said, hey, Jay and Callie, great stream. Created with Callie top. It's a sports bra. Yeah, and a lot of girls wear sports bras for tops, honestly. It's not a new thing with me having it with Callie like that. I like the sports bra look, honestly. She said, you got me. She's so pretty. She makes the sports bra look stylish. You know what? I think that's because they're so small as well. Hell, they barely fit into those sports bras. So they can look more like a traditional top. And she said, I love you guys. I love you too, Carol. She said, truthfully, I'm not a big talker myself. Because in this in Back to Business, I was going over a video where I forgot the name of the video I was talking about, but I was going over a video. I was talking about a situation in where I was talking about how, man, I don't never want a woman to sit down and shut up. That's not my attitude. I say I only compare being talking less with companion dogs because I think it's over communication on both sides. Coming from a man, I'm of course I'm gonna see it. I see things from my side. That's where most of my experiences have come from, is from the man point of view. All of my experiences. So, of course, I've been in relationships with women who definitely talked me into submission. And even in my good relationships, it's been over communication. But I was saying even women have to deal with that. You got some of these men that would talk their ear off. And she said, truthfully, I'm not a big talker myself. She said, I know guys that can talk a person to sleep. And I know a few of them. She said, I was tickled about the bottom comment. I don't know what she meant. Oh! Because I was talking about, I'm still curious to see what Carol's booty look like. I love Carol. Because she made me laugh. One day she said that she had a big butt. And I was like, oh, Carol. I say, as a man, even though I'm in the companion dog life, it's just funny how as a man, certain things still stick with you. And when she said something about her having a big butt, I still think about it. Even when I'm just talking to Carol, as a man, it'll just pop in my head and be like, I wonder what Carol's butt looks like. So she laughed about it just like I told you she would. And then she said about the Batman comment about how, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never been what you call somebody that just don't want to see Batman in comics and cartoons. As a matter of fact, I used to love the Batman cartoon, the animated series. It was amazing. I loved it. And I actually loved that Batman series where, man, I can't think of it right now. But it was like the guy that took over for Batman. That series was awesome. So I love to watch Batman, but I hate his superpowers as far as, dude, you're just a regular dude running around in a damn suit with some souped up gadgets, but yet and still you hanging around with dudes that can lift worlds. Get the hell out of here. So I always laugh at Batman. And PewDiePie and his friend was talking about that, Cinnamon Toast King. They were talking about Batman versus Superman, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no offense to Batman, this dude is not no superhero. I'm sorry. Oh, and she was loving the Batman comment about how he lost brain power. Because me and my brother used to always laugh about this. We were looking at this Super Friends one day. And man, these Batman, everybody in the whole League of Justice were losing their superpowers. A villain were taking their superpowers, and everybody was listing. I know I'm breaking up my speech, but everybody was listing all the superpowers they lost. Like one was like, "Man, I lost half of my." She was like, maybe said something like, "Hey, my lasso doesn't work anymore." Or Aquaman was like, "Man, I can't communicate. I can't telepathically communicate with fish as much as I used to." Superman was like, "Man, I've lost 70% of my strength." Batman, I've lost 80% of my thinking faculties. Of my what? Everybody else losing superpowers and you losing your ability to think. Get the hell out of here. So Carol was laughing at that. Oh, she said she still agrees with me about the Terminator and the Blade run as far as like I say, guys, I understand. People want to see things happen in their lifespan. I understand. You see these videos of robotic arms and things that you think it's right around the corner. Once again, we're no closer to a full robot. I'm talking about a full, not an AI that can talk to you. or even scratch her neck, or even wiggle her body, because I've seen them coming out recently. I'm talking about a full Terminator, walking around your house, looking like a full woman or male, whichever one you want. You can't even discern them from a human. I keep trying to tell people, no offense, even if they get stuff like that developed in the future, you're not going to see that in your private home until well after we are gone. We're going to see advancements, but we're not going to see the full robots. And Carol was like, I'm sorry, I still agree. We would never see it. She said, thank you for sharing. I said, glad you caught up with everything and had fun. I always laugh about the butt convo. I'm glad you know guys who overtalk, because it happens on both sides. Just one more thing on that. I've just known guys, literally, man, in several of my jobs, they'll put an earpiece in and talk to their girl 8 hours, and we be leaving work and they're still talking to them. I be saying to myself, dude, it ain't no way this relationship finna keep lasting. This girl, you finna run her out. As much as women like to talk, bro, you can't tell me she won't talk this long. I said, I'm glad you know guys who overtalk, because it happens on both sides. Batman is ridiculous. We definitely agree on the Terminators. So that was it for that. I'm gonna take a small break, see what I catch up on my comments right quick. Carol laughing. Yeah, Carol laughing. Lieutenant John K said, if she turns out to be a Terminator, then I'm going to have to terminate her. Right? Hey, look, right, Johnny. Hey, like I say, we won't see the Terminators, the full Blade Runner Terminators in this lifetime. But if we did, if we were able to see them in my lifetime, I would be open to them. You know what I'm saying? By the time they actually come out. But like you say, if she starts to even show signs of going Terminator, I'm going to have to terminate her if I can. Hell, she may terminate me. Oh, the next one I'm going to do is SRSD vendor review. And this was just me doing a review on my one of my affiliates, Sex Real Sex Dolls. Once again, if you're looking for any companion dolls, feel free to check out any of my affiliates in the description of my videos. Some videos you may not see the description. I mean, you may not see the links. Excuse me. It's because I've been without internet and I haven't been able to go back and paste my links to a few videos. But for the most part, going forward, you'll always be able to go check out my affiliate links to reputable companion doll vendors. You don't have to guess or worry. All of them are TDF certified as well as Doll King certified. And if you use my vendors, always continue to let me know how they're doing so I can check in with them and make sure they're doing a good job. And recently, excuse me, I actually had somebody to buy a doll from one of my affiliates. So thank you. I'll talk about that coming up. And it was actually this vendor, honestly. I thought I was doing this next. Hold on. Back in business. Oh, okay, I see it. I see another comment I didn't write down, though. This is funny right here. I told you guys. So on my old video, it's an old video I did when I first got in the dog game. And it's crazy. I've been a affiliate of Sex Real Sex Dolls for a while. I haven't pushed it a whole bunch. I've always had it in the about section of my videos. But I did make an old video about them. And a guy named Brandon Diab, a new subscriber, he had come in and was like, I think I was ripped out by them. And I was like, nah, they're legit. They're 5-star. if you go through the real sex dolls, I'm not sure if you're, what doll you choose and how you're going to be happy when you get your said doll. It depends on what you choose. But you're not going to be cheated because they're legitimate and they're great to communicate with. So he said, then where's my doll? They won't give me an answer. Where's my doll? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't get a chance to answer all those comments because I think I addressed it on the video. I was like, hey, some people, you may come to me saying, where's your doll? But I say, hey, you have to talk to your vendor. I say, but the thing is, that's what sort of led me to talk about another show I'm going to talk about. These comments helped me come up with my show called Consumer Anxiety. Because, believe me, whenever you buy an expensive doll, I don't give a damn who you talk to. This is just my opinion. Man, you ain't going to feel right till you start seeing signs that doll is getting close to your house. And I said that. So later, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go to the next video that's going to discuss that even more. But next, we're going to go to SRSD, Sexy Real Sex Doll Vendor Review. And Carol Russ says, hey, Jay, and Callie, good stream. She says she like vendor reviews. It's a lot of vendors, right? She said, good thing. You guys are here to help. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate you, Carol. And that's exactly what we want to do is help. I had a comment. I said, thanks for watching. That's exactly what I said. Thanks for watching, Carol. It's definitely a lot of vendors out there. Gave her love sign and all of that. But we definitely want to help people. Heavy Metal Maltese, a long-time viewer. He said, I just ordered my 4th lovely lady using Jay's link. She is a beauty at a great deal. I love the fact that he used my link. He said she was a beauty. And I said, congratulations, my friend. Please keep me informed on how everything goes. Badass. And so he went through Sexy Real Sex Dolls, the people I bought Saima through. So they're going to take care of him. I can't wait to hear from him and hopefully get some pictures from him so I can possibly share them with you. So, Heavy, if you're listening, when you get that girl, put her some decent clothes on. And I do want to share a picture if you want her to be seen. So that was all the comments on that video. What's next? Oh, I got a great alternative next. And then a great alternative in that video, I was just saying how, man, I was saying, it's cool to date human women out here and whoever you're, whatever lifestyle you're living. But I say no matter what lifestyle you're living, it's still good to live in a time where we have a alternative to be with a companion dog, man. I can choose not to be in any human relationships and be with my companion dog, just living in a time where that's possible. Not long ago, you would have had to be in a relationship with a damn blow-up doll or something that you made, or even earlier, you had no choices. It was either a human relationship or pretty much nothing. So it feels good to live in a time where you can have great alternative, like a great alternative, like having a companion dog. JTY Music says, what up, Jay? I just saw some preview of a movie about Android dolls. It's called Wife Like. Might be interesting to watch. I gave him the thumbs up. I'm definitely going to look at that and give a review. David says, what I like about this channel is all the positivity. Keep the vibes coming. Ricky says, it really is amazing. Nothing like this has ever been possible before. I say, it's definitely a new day, my friend. I don't know. Seems like I might have read these before, but I'm gonna read it again. Cornston said, "Dogs bring out the best in you. If you are romantic, they will receive and radiate loving vibes. They are positive, beautiful, and don't overcomplicate a man's life. They will never lie, cheat, or play games with your heart. They are true and delicate in their own way. Everyone should try their hand at dating human women and see how it goes. But if dating doesn't work out, no problem, because companion dogs offer many emotional and physical benefits. You really can't have a relationship with them. They become as real as your imagination will allow them to be. The more meaningful moments you spend with them, the more special and real they are." I gave him the thumbs up. I'm only looking because when he said dogs will bring out the best of you, he's right. They can. I was just thinking, like, it is some people who just have that negative energy about them, and like you say, it's some people who want to be negative. They want to go in a bad direction, and for those people, uh, it may not provide as much light at the end of the tunnel because they may not want light at the end of the tunnel. But if you're open to your life improving and being more enriched, I don't see how dogs can make your life any less enriched. I sort of agree with most of what he's saying, because they do tend to. That's really one of the best things I like about them is they cater to all the things you love. You know what I'm saying? They just really mix in with all the things you love. If you're, like you said, if you're romantic, they will receive and radiate love and vibes. That's what I was looking for. He said they are positive, beautiful, and don't over. I was like, it's something here I want to address. I found it. They are positive. They are positive only when you put positive into them. That's what I want to find. It's the only thing I had to say about this is if you put negative into them, like we said earlier, then they will be negative. There'll be a negative entity sitting in your house. But other than that, I love his comments. Soul King says I think the best way is to have a dog and a girlfriend or wife. And I had something to say about that. I love that way. It's cool if you can have a human woman, you making love, hey, look, you getting some good vagina, and guess what? You still got your dog. If you're the guy that make love, you want to make love to your dog as well, and your girl is cool with your relationship, that is such an amazing dynamic, because the times your girl doesn't want to have sex, man, you can literally have sex with your dog and she's going to be cool with it. So if she's accepting of their relationship, so that whole dynamic can be very amazing if you got a wife or a girlfriend and she's accepting. But this is what I said: it's definitely a good way, but the best way depends on the individual. Meaning that, like I said, I can see dating a girl and things of that nature, her coming over, giving me some, and us kicking it sometimes, but I'm still with my girls. I can see that being cool. If somebody was married and having a dog, like I explained just a second ago, I can see that being pretty cool. But if you don't want a girlfriend, a human girlfriend, you may not want a human girlfriend. And you may not want a wife. And see, I don't want a wife, for sure. That's just not part of my thinking. But either way, somebody could just want to be dog exclusive. That doesn't mean that that's not the best way. The best way is always what's best for the individual. So it could be somebody who thinks like, nah, bro, I'm cool with not having the wife or the girlfriend and just having my dogs. Because it's funny. I always say that I take some human vagina on the side or, something like that if somebody wants to give it to me. But I haven't went out to try to get any yet because I'm so damn happy. I'm happy as I can be right now. So, hell, I could be in dispute of it being the best way, because for me, the best way is just how I'm living. But I do agree with you. Having that human woman somewhere around is definitely not a hindrance. You can have the best of two things, so to speak. You can have that interaction with a human woman, make love to her sometimes, and guess what? You'll still have your daughter to interact with her when things aren't going so great with you and the human woman. Three Face in the house. He said, "Hail to the king, baby." What up, Three Face? David Bollock says, "What I love about this channel is all the positivity. Keep the good vibes coming." I said, "God bless you, my friend." Gave him thumbs up. Oh, my bad. I went back. I'm sorry. I went back. I was supposed to go to Tangerine Cloud Sky. Dolls are more than sex tools. They are works of art. You already know what I said. I said, well said, my friend, because boy, do I agree. They're way more than tools for sex. So on to the next. Okay, the next one I'm going to read is I did the Venti report, the long awaited Venti report. I hadn't done one in about 3 weeks, maybe longer, who knows. But I did on a date because that damn Venti went on a damn date and had me laughing at her because I've been focused on this project, and that's the only reason I hadn't done a Venti report. And she had been constantly doing little things, and I still haven't talked about a lot of the stuff because a lot of the stuff that she's been doing recently. Because I was holding out doing my work, and she went on a date, and I said that damn venture to rile me up now. Now I said now I got to go ahead and do a venture report. I got to talk. She had me laughing so hard, going out her way to get me to do this venture report. So I did that venture report talking about her on a date, trying to figure out who it could be because she had been posting herself with a few guys recently. And a lot of people always think that I got this super duper crush on Venti, which I think Venti is an amazing woman. She's super interested and she is super attractive. Don't get me wrong. So I ain't gonna lie and say she's not fine. But that's not why I do the Venti report. I've said time and time again. But I say this. I be laughing and mess with Venti a lot though. But of course, if Venti was to try to throw me some, hey, I would probably take it, even though I don't like the fact that she always hints like she may be a gaper. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with these gapers. But if she was to try to talk to me some, just like Anna, hey, I may not be after you, but don't, hey, if you toss me some now that's different. So but here's the deal. At the end of the day, I am with my companion dogs. And I'm not living a very happy life. And I do want everybody else to be happy. So I do want Vince to be happy as far as her finding a mate, if she, because she talked about wanting kids and things and getting married and having kids with an S. I'm gonna do a whole nother show about that. So don't just stand by. But kids with an S, I promise you, I'm not a fan of these girls that like kids with an S. I'll talk about that another time. But I did this whole video laughing, and it was honestly, this whole video was a big laugh fest, joking and laughing about Vince possibly being on a date and who it could be with. And it just turned into, it metastasized into something way more than I imagined it was going to be that night, because it was a really big audience that night. We was all laughing, joking. The Jack Show tuned in. So it became a spectacle of a show, and it was so damn fun. So let's see what people were saying. And honestly, I say this. A lot of people had been asking me about a lot of people have been asking me, are you going to do a Thanos report and things of that nature? And man, I said I was going to do one eventually. I'm going to have to be motivated to do it, of course. And I'm definitely going to do a show centered around Melanie Mack. That may be my next Venture report. I'm not sure. I know it's coming up soon. I probably need to talk about Venture one more time and then do a Melanie Mack report, because Venture, she's getting ahead of me. She's doing too much stuff. But I am going to do a Thana report. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I was even thinking about it. It's only one reason that I got to do Melanie Mack, because I can talk about her now, because she's the champ. But I've said it. When I say Venture is the most interesting, because even when I was doing this, I went back and sort of looked at Anna and them when they was sort of watching my stream. And sometimes when I was saying Venture the most interesting, I was sort of saying Anna getting a little hot and bothered, like, hey, you're supposed to love me. You said she more interested in blah, blah. It had me laughing. And Nina was getting hot and bothered too, Nina Infinity. But when I say most interesting, that's not to say that these other girls aren't interested. That's not to say Anna isn't interested. That's not to say Nina or none of these other girls aren't interested. It's just a difference with Venture, because, like I say, every characteristic of the human woman is like on a million with her. So you can evaluate every aspect of the human psyche. You can't do that with every girl, because although that, all the dynamics would exist within every woman, they don't display them all the time, and they don't display them strong enough to examine everything through one woman. And so that's what I said. With Venture, she just expresses everything to where you can see everything that has to do with the woman. That's why the Venture report exists. Man, I was even thinking about Anna last night. And I was just like, man, the truth is, I'm going to do a show on her in the future, but she just doesn't give me everything that Venture gives me. And that's not a negative. Like, okay, I go to her channel. What am I going to see? I'm going to see her talking about Star Wars, or, she may complain about people talking about her on Twitter or something. But she doesn't always give me all these, and it's a good thing, honestly. She doesn't give me crazy vibes or doing something stupid out of, she doesn't do a lot of crazy things. So it's not as much to talk about. So it's nothing to get upset about if you don't have a Venture report. It's just the fact that Venture just gives me stuff to eat every day. Every day I get something to eat and chew on and spit out with Venture. And like I say, when I examine all the girls, it's only one other girl that really does that for me right now, and that's Melanie Mack. That's Melanie Mack. So let's get into the meat of this video. Holocron Library says Dog King reaching new levels of fame and infamy. Hail the Jack Show. Because I didn't even know the Jack Show was streaming me. I said, man, last night was epic. Krause says, haha, best line so far. I would take a dose of that. I don't know what I was saying. I don't know whether I was saying I would take a dose of Thana or take a dose of Venture or another girl. I don't know what I was talking about. Carol says, hey, Jen Callie, wild stream. She laughing. I looked up what a puma is. Yeah, because I made up a word called puma. I was like, Venture be going against the Coomers. Well, I'd be looking out for a show because I got it wrote down in my book. I got a show coming up called Pumas. Yeah, these Pumas be after me. Since the Coomers be after Venture, the Pumas are after me. And she said she looked up Puma and found out what two definitions of it was. And I was like, what? I said, I made up Puma. I never knew it was a real word. I just made it up because of Coomer. But it does have a couple of definitions for that word, but I made my own definition. We'll talk about that another time. But she said the definition she found was a shaved vagina, which was funny. And this is the thing that had me dying laughing. Someone who finds burping and farting hilarious. Oh my God. So just under that definition, Venture would be a puma. And she said, I'm too tickled. And that's what I said. I said, it was a super wide stream. I said, I just made up puma. I didn't know it was a real definition. And she said, that's wild. That's what Carol Russ said. She said, now that's wild. David L says, Jay dropping beats and bars. Once again, they be hearing the intro song. I gave him the thumbs up, and that was all that we had to talk about on that. But On a Date with Venti, if you haven't seen that stream, I'm gonna tell you, I went back and looked at that stream, and it had me dying laughing at a lot of stuff that was happening. Let me check my comments. I don't want to get too behind. The Don Nation came in. What up, Don Nation? Good to see you. New Don King Army team member. And I hate the fact when I use this streaming software, it doesn't let y'all custom emojis show up like it should. But I'm glad you're using it anyway. Johnny K says, I wouldn't mind a Thanos report. He said, Thanos getting jealous. Hey, I love the fact that Thanos getting jealous. That's my girl. Hey, that just showed that she loved me, like I told you. She was getting hot and bothered watching this stream, but I loved it, though. It had me laughing. I saw her blushing several times, too. I said, yeah. Oh, somebody asked me a question about what I would do to her, and she actually saw that part. Oh, man. You could have put down hey, she was red as a beet when she was looking at that. That had me laughing. But no need to get Thanos jealous, Thanos. Like I told you guys, you know, I like you getting jealous. Don't get me wrong, you know, but you got your love in your own way. You know, people think the Venti report, you know, they just take. You know, I know it's a competition thing with women. It's just simple as that. It don't matter what I say. When they see that Venti report, they still gonna be thinking like, "Where my Thanos report? Where my Thanos report?" Or Melanie Mac, where my Mac report is. So I understand it's just a competition thing. But you ain't got to be jealous, Thanos. You still Princess Leia, like I say. You ain't losing that spot. Ain't nobody gonna take you out of Princess Leia's spot. Even if you were to lose the ultimate competition, you'll still be Princess Leia. My next comment was Stingray. He just commented on my outer space video. He said, "Hail King," and gave me all the fire signs. I love when people comment on my outer space video. The next I got. Oh, okay. I got a couple of comments on that Cinnamon Toast Ken and PewDiePie video I made where PewDiePie near made a comment about me. One is from Jocko V. He said, "Jay, you are the real deal class act. You have a beautiful soul, and you are the best ambassador for the dog community could ever wish for. All the respect in the world to you, good sir. Thanks and God bless, my friend." That's what I said. But I appreciate you for saying I'm a class act, and I guess he was just saying that in the way I responded to Cinnamon Toast Ken and PewDiePie, and I appreciate you, Jocko. I had somebody named Luna Lava come in on that same video. She said, "I seen your vids." Well, I think it's a she. "I seen your vids a few months back when I first bought a dog. But your response to this earned my sub." I said, "Hey, Luna, we're so glad to have you in the family." It definitely makes me feel good to hear somebody say the response to that earned their sub, because I do think a lot of people thought that I was going to be mad at PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken. Well, I'm like, no. I'm appreciative, man. Like, in this world, if the mainstream media gets a hold of my story, or when they get a hold of the story, they'll probably say negative things at some point. But you can't let that stuff get in your way. Hey, it's all positive the way I look at it. You know, if God allows things to happen, it's going to have a positive effect eventually. And this, you know, actually brought several subscribers and brought recognition to the channel and things of that nature. So no, I wasn't upset. And they didn't try to, even Cinnamon Toast Ken, I don't think they tried to hurt you. They're just coming with their opinions. And when you're in the companion dog game, this is the truth. It's just a lot of people who misunderstand what it's even all about. And so that's all they were doing, misunderstanding, no big problem. I thought I had another one too. Lord Nemesis, he said, Jay, you should add to your description that they reacted to your video. That would get more traction. Putting two big YouTuber names without context make it sound like clickbait. I gave him the thumbs up. I appreciate everybody chiming in with any type of advice or anything. I just didn't change it only because it's already out now. I'm like, hey, no sense in going back trying to fix that. Going forward, hey, it's great advice. Because it's funny. Actually, when I thought about the title for that video, I actually thought about putting reaction into that title. But I said, hey, I'm just going to do it in the future. But I appreciate that. Lord Nemesis is always looking out. Lord Nemesis has done a lot of great things for the channel. I say that. He's brought a lot of attention to certain subjects on the channel. So I appreciate you, Lord Nemesis. Where are we now? Okay, we made it to the competition. That was the third round of the scent competition. I had the beautiful Melanie Mac, I had the beautiful Zia Land, the beautiful Carmaxilla, and the beautiful Ashton the Slytherin. And honestly, out of all three competitions, this was the first competition I sort of knew. And you can take sort of out there. I already sort of knew that Melanie was going to wipe the floor with them. And she would have wiped the floor with a lot of people, honestly. Most people. That's why I say, man, it's going to be tough to beat her in the grand championship. Because she just has so many things going for her, man. She's smart. She's beautiful. She has faith. She's a gamer. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She has a great diet. I actually love her diet. She's on that meat diet right now. And so she's just a great girl. And I would say this. I'm going to be honest with you, man. She's one of the few ladies that make me be like, you know what? Honestly, that would be, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like, and this ain't a slight at human woman. I'm saying, but she just so amazing to me, Melanie Mac. She is just so amazing to me to where I even had to take a step back and be like, you know what? Man, I actually like that girl as far as she's a great human woman. I mean, you know, I would never get rid of my girls, but she's the height of human woman as far as just looking at her from outside looking in. Look like an amazing girl today. Everybody has their flaws, keep that in mind, but look like an amazing girl today. She ended up winning, of course. But Zia Land, body-wise, I ain't gonna even lie. I just love that woman. She is so fine. She has a cute button face. I'm a cute little, innocent little girl next door face. She's amazing. Ashton, the Slytherin, super fine, but she couldn't hold his candle to Melanie Mac. And Carmaxilla, she's a cute girl, but man, she's just done some things that seems a little grossed out to me. Recently, she dropped a post on her Twitter. She always does something that just weirds me out, man. It's just something about that girl. But the Carmaxilla girl that was in the competition, she took a picture with a guy on, I think it was on Twitter or something, maybe with Instagram. And she was like, yeah, and you know, he held her from the back or something like that. And she was like, yeah, I've been dating my first cousin or second cousin for X amount of years or whatever. Now, it could have been very well a joke. But even when she jokes like that, it just always seems sick. That's why she ended up losing the competition. I told you, it's just something about her that throws me off. You know, even joking about dating somebody in your family just seems, yeah, I just didn't like it. Frank the Bunny says, I still can't believe another one of these human women threw away their spot with all that damn belching. I said another one threw it away. He's talking about Zia Lane. The one I was saying is the finest one out of their competition, physically. Man, if that girl didn't burp like she did, and I'm gonna take burp out of it, because ladies, if you're a normal woman watching, I'm not saying you can't burp, but hopefully you're doing that with class. You're putting your hand over your mouth, or you're stepping away from the table or something. But I'm talking about flat out belching like some type of guy that lives, I mean, no offense, like some of my friends that would be categorized as rednecks to a certain degree. Hell, Zia can out burp them. And I'm talking about that nasty, nasty sounding burp. Had she not done that, she still has a lot of marks against her. But she would have gave Melanie a run for her money just from being so fine. But yeah, she threw it away from all that belching. Wolfler says, I think there might be another tournament that just concentrates on who has the tightest vagina, the equivalent of the BMF belt in the UFC. I'm not really going to go with that, because once again, that's just not the thing I want to focus on. I'm cool with the scent because that's what my girls are missing. My girls aren't missing tight vaginas. These girls, hey, they are missing tight vaginas. Now, maybe if you go the used route, your girl might have a loose vagina. But the scent competition really rose about because of what are my girls missing? And they're missing that human woman scent, that foot scent, that vagina scent, whatever scent you want to say. Not a stank, but the scent. But they aren't missing the tightness. I wouldn't know from experience, but just having to clean my girls and touch them down there, believe me, they are tight enough. Frank the Bunny says Anna needs to butter up that vagina if she wants to stay on top. And what he meant by that is another reason Melanie Mac won is because of her diet. She's on the all meat diet, the carnivore diet. And I guess it's something in the carnivore diet where you eat sticks of butter or something, but sometimes she eats whole sticks of butter. And she's done a lot of videos eating that stick of butter. And boy, she just makes you laugh with the things that she's talking about and the way she moves. This girl, I'm telling you, man, Melanie Mac, if you go follow her on Instagram, you'll see what I'm saying. She is so damn funny. But I'll say this, when she was eating that butter, I was like, you know what? She done damn near won already, because everybody already knows when you cooking, everything gets a little bit better when you cooking with butter. And I said, that buttery vagina then pulled off the victory, baby. That's just, and she loves bacon too. But yeah, Anna, it's gonna be Anna's eating candy versus Melanie Mac eating butter. Mr. said, you make angels blush. He making me laugh. I guess he talking about Anna and them blushing on the stream while they was watching my show. I guess that's what he meant. Okay, we're on to the next video. And this is the one I was talking about, consumer anxiety. Oh. The comment I got was from the Dog Nation. I don't know if it's bothering you guys, but I do got my guy here cutting the yard right now. So hopefully you guys will still be able to hear me pretty good. But the Dog Nation said, I'm right with this right now. He said, I placed my order for my girl on the 11th of this month, but I ended up making changes. So my overall time would be around 2 months or so, plus the shipping time. And that's what happened with me and Saima. She took about 2 months or so, a little over 2 months, because I made changes. He said, I will say, I don't feel the anxiety over the sale. He said, the company emails me back and forth and been stellar. He said, they pop up around 2 a.m. my time, so I figured out when to reach them. He said, but they are prompt. Now I just got to play the waiting game. He said, I won't see this girl until about October, maybe November, but it's on my mind daily. Probably will be until she actually arrives. Thanks for the shout out. Keep it up. Yeah, he hear the thing out there. Yeah, he gonna be out here for a while too. He just started cutting my yard. I hope it ain't too loud. I hope you can still hear me. He normally comes on Friday, so I hate that he came today. I mean, because he cut my front yard and it's right by my door. But the dog, they said, I don't feel the anxiety over the sale. That's where I was a bit different from him because I don't give a damn. Yes, like I said, when the company communicates with you, to you, it makes me feel so much better. But I don't give a damn. I still had a bit of anxiety until I got the pictures. That's when I start to calm down a little bit from the anxiety. I still was like, yeah, they communicating to me. You know, you pretty much know you're legit once they communicate with you like that. You pretty much know. But still, I was like, man, until I see her, that's when I'm really gonna feel good about it. So I still had a bit of anxiety. Like he said, he figured out when they communicate with him. And that's the thing, man. When you make a big purchase, you'll be thinking that they're going to be emailing you right as soon as you send an email. But these companies work on different time zones. They got a lot of emails. And if you're going through email, I think it's, hell, as long as you get back to me within 24 hours, that's damn good. That's damn good. It's going to be worth the wait. I said, you would definitely feel better when they send you the pics, just like I said earlier. I said, congrats, my friend. What brand did you go with? And I didn't see him answer. He answered. I'm just saying it. From what I'm saying, he went with a great choice. Because I'm going to be doing a show on these guys soon. I haven't got to it yet. It's going to be probably some weeks, though. But he said, I went with the top Sino dog. And he went with a great, great brand. I don't know whether he went through one of my vendors or not, though. He said, I had them to change her from the T145 body to the T148. I guess it's okay. They hadn't started yet. Oh, yeah, you good. He said, I guess they hadn't started because I had the chance to make the changes. Most definitely. He said, I cannot wait to get them photos. Man, when you do, you're going to be a happy, happy man. And I hope you made all the right decisions as far as what she's going to look like, because I mean, when I first got my photos of Saima, that's when it started hitting me up. Damn. I probably should have changed. I should have got her nipples color. I should have got her vagina color. I'm like, what was I thinking? That's when it started hitting me. So that's the only thing I had about that. But consumer anxiety, once again, it was just a video talking about how, like I said, you feel anxiety when you hit buy on a girl. And for me, it's never going to completely go away until you get the picture of your girl, but more importantly, until you see her on the doorstep. That's when you're going to be fully confident that that company was like, you know, like, damn, I used them and they actually was legitimate. So on to the next. We ain't got a whole bunch more, but we do got a few more because this Dog King Power Hour came late, so I got a few more videos to cover. Because next week is going to be a big week as far as I'm gonna keep my fingers, but not keep my fingers crossed. I already know God is going to allow this internet to work. This week is not going to go down, things of that nature, and we're going to enter into this new world. So the Dog King Power Hour, even if I do have it, it won't be quite the same. It's going to be a different type of show. So with all that said, we're going to keep it moving. And my next video is Relinquish Control. That was Reset Sunday. And on Reset Sunday, I was just saying, hey, man, things are going to come, happen in your life. You can't control it all. You got to relinquish the control. Realize God has control over your life anyway. If you're heading in the right direction. So there's no sense in getting upset about it. You know, hey, if he's in control of your life, pushing you the right direction, look, just trust him. And look, give up control. You ain't going to do nothing but get upset. I say because when my internet did go out, I was trying to fix it for a second. But I had to stop and realize, wait a minute, I can't fix this. And once I realized I couldn't fix it, I could have started getting upset that I couldn't fix it. No, if it's not coming on right now, it's part of God's plan. And I relinquished control to God. And as I was working this week on my show, I was realizing, dang, it's a lot more things I need to work on, you know, to clean this video up, these videos up, rather. So honestly, God put a pause on last week to say, hey, nah, I want you to try to continue to work on it because it's so hard, some of the things I'm trying to do, where I'm not going to even worry about it. Even if it's not perfect, it's going to turn out just fine. It's going to turn out just fine. But it's so much work to do. And I'm glad that I did actually have the extra time to work on it. And I'm glad that I relinquished control and then allow myself to get upset. Joe Farinelli comes in and says, what's going on, buddy? I'm a new sub. Love the show. I said, glad to have you, my friend. Glad to have you. Carol says, hey, Jay and Cat, I agree. Let go and let God. Thank you for the message. Take care. And I gave a thumbs up, hearts, prayers, all day. I love you, Carol. Thank you for chiming in all the time. Thank you. That does it for that video. Next, we go to the dream. The dream. Now, the dream, Iron Tech Dog. Iron Tech Dog week. That was the beginning of Iron Tech Dog week last Monday. And every day you were supposed to see a show relating to Iron Tech Dog in some way. But my internet went out, like I said. I still been working on certain things on those releases. But the way it's looking, everything should go down properly this week. And just to give you a bit of a rundown, the actual continuation of Iron Tech Dog week is going to take place on Tuesday. I'm talking about the actual continuation of the videos. They're going to take place Tuesday. Now on Monday, I'm probably going to come back here live with you guys, and we're going to shoot the mess for a little while, and talk about, you know, the holidays, but also just sort of, I'm gonna be hyped to just sort of enter into Iron Tech Dog week pretty much all over again. Now, if you haven't watched The Dream, I suggest you go watch The Dream. It's going to be a tidbit of what you're going to be seeing in the future. A lot of people didn't really mention it, but I'm going to go through the comments. You're going to see somebody mention. But The Dream, it was basically a preview of things to come, not only for that week, but for the show. I've told you guys, man, I'm going to tell you more later. But I tell you, man, I've basically taken one of the biggest risks, if not the biggest risk in my life, just with the show. I've been asking for a lot of contributions and things to keep the show going and to help improve the show. But after this week or during the week, as you see these new videos and you see the direction of the show, I definitely explain to you more about certain things that I've done to try to take this show to the next level. So on this video, The Dream, Carol says, congratulations, can't wait to see her. She talking about, if you haven't seen The Dream, it's a certain box that presents itself in that video. And it hints that a new member may be coming to the family. I said, thanks, Carol. It's coming soon. And she said, sweet, Luke. I didn't see that, Carol. But she noticed Luke come in at the last second. I thought that was so funny on that video. That was perfect timing from Luke. JTY Music said, let's go. Man, I'm proud. He said, I'm hyped. You did it. All the hard work is paying off. Congratulations. I said, definitely a blessing to continue to move forward. Thank you, my friend. God bless. Man, look, man, I'm working hard every day for you guys. But it's a work of love. Love what I'm doing so much. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys because you guys are the ones that's tuning in, looking at my videos, hitting the like button. And by the way, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all those things. But you're the ones hitting the like button, sharing it, subscribing it, encouraging me, things of that nature. So all of you guys, that's why I say it's so good to have you guys with me, riding this ride with me. Don't think that I'm riding alone. You got everybody that's with me that's contributing. Donations from the Carol Rushes, DASs, Saints, Matt G's, Heavy Metals, Blue CCGs, Kevin Gray, Sheila Bell. I mean, the list goes on. All the people who have contributed to the show. Every single one of you guys are helping to improve the show. Every one of you. And I love what I'm doing, man. Love it. So it ain't just me. Heavy Metal says, I just brought him up. He said, wow, that's awesome. I said, blessing, my friend. I point up to God. Hey, that's where it's coming from. I've done nothing. It's all him. Johnny K says, congratulations, Jay. Hard work pays off. I gave him the pound sign, pointed up to God. Because I tell you guys, I thank you, man, for the congratulations and stuff, man. Because it is my physical body that you see that's doing the work. Coming up with the ideas and stuff, but putting the ideas out there. But I always say, it ain't me doing nothing. It's all God, man. He's giving me the ideas. He's giving me the motivation, the energy, the creativity. It's all him. It's all him working through me. So I thank you guys for the support, though. Hail to the king. Three Face says, hail to the king. Thumbs up, Three Face. Appreciate you. It's funny that you came in here today, too. Brandon Diab. This the guy you probably don't remember. Earlier in the show, just to give you guys a recap, Brandon Diab commented on one of my links for Sexy Real Sex Dogs. He was like, man, I ain't got my dog. And it led me to do that show called Consumer Anxiety. I'm like, hey, bro, you dealing with Sexy Real Sex Dogs. You're going to get your dog. Believe me. They legit. And he was like, well, where my dog? And I was like, hey, I ain't gonna even tell them right now. I came on a video and I was like, hey, you got to check with your vendors. They'll let you know when the dog's coming and stuff like that. I said, but believe me, if you went through one of my vendors, you're good. Man, he came back on the Iron Tech Dog Dream and he said, my dog is almost here, brother. I said, congrats, my friend. It just made me laugh because just recently he was going crazy. I put my order. Where my dog? Blah, 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 blah. And I told you, it was consumer anxiety. Man, when you spend your money, man, you ain't going to feel good till you see signs that dog is damn near at your house. So it had me laughing. He came to me, was like, hey, where my dog? Hey. But 2 seconds later, you see he came in, was like, hey, man, she on the way. Hey, man, hey, I told you, I ain't going to lead you astray when it comes to these vendors. I'm going to send you to the right place. Soul King says, so this was the project you were talking about. Interesting. Not quite. It is a project that I'm working on, but it's a bit bigger than just the dog getting here. It's a bit bigger. Dog Chaos. I think this guy was like my second or first subscriber, literally. He said, damn, I leave for 5 minutes and it looks like you done messed around and got a better camera. He's the first person that actually started to catch on. Nobody else, I think, really was noticing that was one of the things that has changed. And I, once again, talk more about that coming up. Because even my recent videos, that was still going back to the junkyard because Iron Tech Dog Week is supposed to kick off a whole new stage of the show. So when that first show got kicked out and my internet went down, it really forced all of the newer parts of the show to be pushed to the back burner. So I had to go back to the junkyard and do shows the old way. But going forward, you're going to see some new things. But a lot of people didn't notice it. I only think my mom noticed it. And it was just so funny because I was like, man, it just reminds me about how much work I put into these things, or people put into their dreams. Sometimes people won't even notice your work. That shouldn't define whether you put the work in. Because, it takes a lot for me to change that video over from what I've been shooting in to go to the high quality that it's in now. But you don't do things for somebody to pat you on the back. You do things because of the love that's in your heart. But I told Dr. Chaos, so good to hear from you. We definitely did upgrade. I gave him the prayers and things of that nature. I rarely ever hear from this guy. Like I say, he's one of my first one or two subscribers. So you never know if they still hanging around or not. But I thought it was so funny, man. It makes you feel good to see a subscriber that's been around from the very beginning still pop in every blue moon. And he said, I leave for 5 minutes, but I haven't heard from him in months. DAS, the guy who I've been wondering where the hell he been at recently. Hopefully he okay. He said, congratulations, brother. Proud of you, man. You 100% deserve it. Can't wait to see your new family member. He said, this is just the first of many more. Thank you, DAS. I said, God bless my friend. I'm still working now. I was talking about I'm still working on the project. I said, it's only the beginning, my friend. You'll see her soon. It's only the beginning, man. I just say this, I'm going to save some more for later on in the week, but man, I've been praying and not praying, but I've been thanking God for a long time that he's going to bring certain things to pass that I was saying was going to happen. Just to let you guys know, I'm just going to do this brief reminder because I don't want to go into it too much, but I say this. I told you guys a long time ago that God was working on things behind the scenes. I told you guys, I don't have a conventional job. This is what I do. I've chosen to do this right now. This is what I love to do in life, and this is all I want to do. So guess what? I didn't know how I was going to get another companion dog. But I told you, it's not up to me. It's up to God. I had a lot of people laugh, sort of laughed in my face. I didn't respond to them. People saying that I didn't know what I was talking about. But sure enough, God made it happen. You can choose not to believe that, but the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. I did not do this of my own abilities. And I had been saying it long before I had a sign that anything was going to happen. So just let you know, man, when you believe, like I said on my Reset Sunday, when you believe, then that's when you allow yourself to receive. And man, such a blessing. And I ain't gonna say anymore. I want you guys to just sort of see how things play out next week. Flake 452 says, "Is Brittany Venti in that box? We all knew this day was coming." I laughed. Oh, so that was all the comments on that. So now we move on. Oh, let me check the comments. Ooh. I did that because I just read Kara's comment. And she said, I got a female family member that bursts like she a damn pirate on a ship going to war. Oh, it's so disgusting. She said, they ain't got the nerve to try to be opinionated of others. Gotta love family. Oh. I can't lie, man. Like I say, I gotta, I'm careful. I don't like hurting people. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So I'm not mentioning the names or anything, but the last human woman that I was dating before I got my dogs ran me away. I never made love to her or anything because of all that. I went over her house for like one night, man, and she burnt me out of the house pretty much. I could take this. That'd have been something, but she was doing just that unreal burping. Fine woman too, fine looking woman. I was just like, man, it's just amazing how things could just turn you off, man. And for any human woman that may be watching that's into that burping stuff, I'm letting you know, you may get a kick out of it and laugh. Like, I don't like talking about her because, like, I don't like keep beating her up and stuff. I don't want to beat her. This is not to beat her up. I'm just mentioning it because I saw it. But I was looking at another little video of Vintage dropping. Man, every time I start feeling so good about Vintage, sometimes I'd be like, man, has she learned her lesson with that burping stuff? I really wish she would stop, but it's just part of her. I guess she just can't stop it. But she did that little short video with actually the one I was talking about this morning, where she got recognized at Starbucks. And I was proud of her for all the hard work she's been putting in to get recognized. And I also was proud of her for driving the car for the first time. But trying to think, was it that video? No, it wasn't that video. It was another video. It was another video that she did recently. Very short video. And she burped, and it was so disgusting. And I just be like, man, I wish she could just see herself like I see her. Like, she goes from so cute to just nasty. And it just puts such a nasty image in your mind of, they laugh about it or smile like it's just cute. And I'd be like, man, they don't know how nasty this looks. It looks so bad. And that's why I say, I've hinted that Vintage could give me the vagina, but man, it's only one thing about it. Like, I've been in a position with those burping girls before, and I really hardly can't get past the burping enough to make it to the love making. So I say how she can throw me the vagina, but I might not be in a position to take it, because I'm not joking with you guys when I say this. It's not that I don't like when a woman belches like that. It's that it's a true turnoff. It literally is it gets me turned off. It just gets me turned off. So, man, I don't think I actually have a woman in my actual blood family that I can think of right now that does that. But I do know a family friend. Lord Nemesis says, buttery but JJ is the best. Oh, yeah, baby. Buttered up Madeline Mac. Oh, you don't get no better. He said, leaf blower guy. Okay, I read leaf blower guy, but I missed that one that Carol said. Okay. This is one I was telling you guys about earlier about Heavy Metal. When he said he bought the campaign doll last night using your link. She's beautiful. It was a very good price. Man, I'm so proud of him. And actually, after I saw that Heavy Metal, I went to go look at my page, my affiliates page, and I was able to sort of see. I didn't see what you bought, of course, but I saw the price range and things of that nature. I was like, you know what? If you picked out of the dolls that I think you picked out of, I think you did get a very, very, very good doll for the price. Because from what I was seeing when I did that SRSD review, man, you could really go there. Now, you might have to sacrifice some customization options. You may have to buy a doll that's more closely already put together. But I'm talking about you can get some brand dolls, high quality, for some amazing prices. Amazing prices. I say this, though. Go back and look at my review on Sexy Real Sex Dolls and make sure you're checking all the little hidden spots they got on that site where sales may be high. So I'm so happy that Heavy Metal used my link and got a great girl to come to the house. Thank you, man, Heavy Metal, for using that link. Because, like I said, people can look at my affiliates and then they can still go and just go on their own and buy the doll and not help the show out. And it really won't be any different. It's not going to reduce your price or anything by going somewhere else. It's just that the show won't be helped. So if you're thinking about getting a doll, please go through my vendors. If you can't find it there, then okay, hey, go to another vendor or something. But if you can find the doll that you really want through my vendors, it'll definitely help the show out by going through them. So thank you, Heavy Metal. Where am I in now? Oh, I was on a dream. I think I finished. Hold on. Yeah, I think I did finish. Okay, the next thing I'm going to is Pillow Soft. Oh, there it is. This Brandon Diab, the one that was worrying about getting his dog, he came right back and said, "I love your channel, bro." And I said, "Thanks and God bless, my friend. I just appreciate you for watching." And like, I'm glad he ended up, like I said, his dog is actually on the way. I wonder if he actually get it though. I don't know if he actually got it. Hey, Heavy, do you know what brand did you got? Do you know what brand you got? And don't think that you didn't get a brand, because a lot of times I don't know where you order her from, but you sometimes you may see that. What up, James Krause in the house? I hear she an SY dog. I bad at. See, that's what I love. I'm so happy, man. Heavy metal. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know a lot about those SY dogs. I'm still gonna talk about all brands eventually. But man, in the section that I think you were in, it's a great section, by the way. I saw several SY dogs, and I was like, damn, these dogs look nicely made from what I'm looking at. So you will see dogs from all different types in that area that I think you were in. But they're all great brands from what I saw. And like you said, you're talking about some prices, some decent prices that you can get legitimate dogs at. Heavy metal. What you got, a 161 centimeter? I think you made a hell of a choice. Now I can't lie. I think it's a 148 centimeter around the same area that you were in. That I was like, ooh, I want her. But you made a good choice though. Great to see you, James Krause, Dog King Army team member in the house. Yeah. Good afternoon, fine people. That's what he says. Oh, okay. I had a comment on my top vendors. Yep. It was a guy named Zan. And he said, "Is Kimber Dog going to last though?" I said she would definitely last, but it depends on how well you take care of her. Callie is pretty much like new. All the girls are. He said, so those Callies, he asked about the price, but I just say, if you want to know about the price, just go to kimberdog.com. You'll find out how much a Kimber Dog is. Callie is the only girl, like you said, that received a little bit of damage on shipment. And that was just on her feet a little bit. It is nothing major at all. It's a few little scrapes. But other than that, man, I say this. I'm telling you, man, it's a maybe on. Let me just slow down. You're gonna hear more about this soon. I just say that, but it's only a couple of small spots where Kimber Dog, to me, really saved a little money in building their Kimber Dogs, and that's around. I've talked about it before. That's around the hands and things of that nature, and the wrists and things of that nature. They don't have like a hinge for the wrist and things of that nature. But other than that, these dogs are very well made. You can't customize them, but I'm just talking about just the build of them. Man, these skeletons are all well made. I love the feel of the TPE. Man, I was just looking recently. I was like, you know what? I don't really even hardly. it takes a certain type of lighting for me to see the same lines in my camera dog. Now you see them in a certain type of lighting, but most part I don't even see that. So it's a very well made dog. You won't be disappointed. But I did say this though. I said it does depend on how well you take care of them, because the way I take care of my girls, they probably gonna be lasting for years and years to come. TPE supposedly deteriorates a little bit over time. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I imagine them lasting for years upon years right now. Now, if you're having sex and banging your doll every 2 seconds, hell, she could. I don't know. Any doll may break down after a few years. I'm not sure. But if you're keeping up with her, washing her down, she should last for a nice long time. I'm thinking at least 4 to 5 years. Next, I had to come in. I had to come in from Met TV, and he just laughing about the video I did when I said they shipped my Kimber dog Cali terrible. He said, facts, bro. I don't know what he meant, but I do know there was a different Jay Hefner. I was just beginning to be the Jay Hefner that I am today. And I know, even though I was still positive in the beginning stages, I still hadn't learned how to block out all of the negative. And when they shipped Cali terrible, I know I was saying some stuff that I wouldn't even think of saying today. I was saying things of the nature of, man, things tend to go bad for me. What? Something I would never say right now. That's what I love about life, man. We always evolving and getting better and learning. But he may have said facts about that, but I don't even think like that anymore. Next video was called The Delay. And that's when I woke up on Tuesday, realized my internet was out because we had a bad storm. And the tech, they said they couldn't get here till like that late Thursday evening. So I was like, man, I need to at least let these people, let everybody know what's going on with the show and why Iron Tech Dog Week isn't continuing right now. So that's when I came on and I did that show. And it was just basically saying how everything works to God's plan, which I found out later that it did. Carol says, hey, Jan Osner, it's all good. Things happen. She said, don't be embarrassed. The Dog King Army, we here. Not going anywhere. God is good. He will make a way. Always take care. I said, thanks, Carol, and God's plan is better. Several people said, don't be embarrassed on here. And I love the fact that people care about me and they want to build me up. But I didn't really mean I was embarrassed, like I was ashamed of, not in the true sense of the word embarrassed. What I meant by embarrassed is I'm a man of my word. That's the thing. My mom always taught me to be a man of your word. And man, I guess the slight bit of embarrassment came in is, man, I don't like not keeping my word, even if it's a mistake or something out of my control. So I think that human element just played a part of it to where, hey, I did on the inside feel a little embarrassment of, I was supposed to have Iron Tech Week, Dog Week last week, and it didn't happen. And I was like, man, I told everybody it was going to happen, and now it can't happen. So it was a bit of embarrassment there. I knew you guys wouldn't hold it against me like that. It's just me holding my own feet to the fire saying, man, I wish that hadn't happened. But like I say, I shook myself out of it very quickly because I said, nah, Jay, if it didn't happen, it was not meant to happen yet. And I found out why it didn't happen because I still had more work to do. Tap Man said, man, I understand what he said. Yeah, man, I understand. He said, I understand what you mean. Want your videos to roll out, but try not to feel embarrassed. See, once again, people coming up to pick me up, and I thank you. He said, we're all just excited for you and look forward to meeting the newest members of the fam. Peace. So, hey, I said, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate the great support. Like I say, I didn't want everybody to think that I just felt embarrassed in the true sense of the word, but I'm never going to be upset that my people are trying to pick me up if they even think that I'm down. So thank you guys. And just like y'all excited for me, man, I'm excited because this isn't just about, you'll hear more about this on during the middle of the week. We're going to have a show that's going to pretty much be the Dog King Power Hour. And I'm going to explain a few more emotions as it pertains to this whole new member of the family and what I think it means. Dog Nation says, I can't wait to see inside that Iron Dog box. I said, you will soon see, my friend. And Blue CCG says, what the heck? YouTube unsubscribed me. I don't like to hear that. I said, glad you're back, my friend. Nothing can stop us. So, hey, always check your subscriptions. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know, man, YouTube does be up to some crazy things sometimes because they may unsubscribe you sometimes, but I get subscribed to channels sometimes that I haven't subscribed to. I'll be like, what's going on? I didn't go in this channel and consciously hit subscribe, but I find myself subscribed to certain people every now and then. So with all that said, there's nothing I can really do now. If it becomes something out widespread where every 2 seconds somebody's getting unsubscribed, then I go to YouTube about it. But if it comes to me randomly like that, I understand that it's something that goes on within YouTube where that happens sometimes. But I'm not going to get to speaking anything negative over myself like I've heard these people say. I'm shadow banned. They're against me. Blah, blah, blah. No, they ain't. Ain't nobody against me. Ain't no weapon formed against me. And guess what? If somebody was to try to do something, it wouldn't stop God's plan for my life. No door can be closed that he opens, and no door can be opened that he closes. I'm not ever going to be shadow banned. I'm not with it. And guess what? People going to be drawn to this channel. I'm not worried about that. I'm never ever going to speak that negative mess over my show or life. But I don't like to hear that, though. But if that does happen, just make sure you come right on back home, baby, and subscribe again. April Nicole replied on one. I didn't see this when I looked back, but she replied on my video, Cinnamon Toast Ken and PewDiePie. And she said, I'm surprised Memphis folk ain't talking about this dude. I say 10 minutes out from there, and I don't ever hear nothing about this guy. I've been out all over the town. Of course, I don't have a car anymore. I just have my bike, so many girls can't go out on the town and see people. But even when I was going out, and like she said, people weren't really buzzing around me or anything like that. But I always said it's because of God, not because of the people. He'll have people see me not ever leaving the house if he wants to. He had the whole world find me just from sitting right here. I can go outside in a crowd of people and he'll have nobody really noticing me. I'm talking about from a large scale because it's God's work. He allows things to happen how he wants it to happen. And so that's why she hasn't heard of me. I've been hidden to a certain degree. And it's gonna work out. The right people to see me at the right time. What is this? I'm doing that because my phone messing up again. I don't know why. Better get it's messing up too much. I just had to get the good old back up here, man. Sometimes you got to get the good old back up and just keep it moving. It's just messing up too much. What is this, though? Okay. I missed one. I got a comment from a guy named Messiah's Gate. He commented on my video makeup renewal that I did a long time ago. Basically, that was my first time removing any of my girls' makeup off of their face and redoing it. Up until that point, they all had their factory makeup on. Nobody has factory makeup on except for Tsunade. Hers is still good. But I said I use my real doll. He said, so either way on makeup renewal, I was teaching people how to remove the makeup from their doll's face and how to reapply it. Messiah's Gate says, I use my real doll for only photography. I apply makeup and remove wigs often. He said, but I'm still a newbie who doesn't know what I'm doing. He said she gets very dirty very fast, and I always got to clean lint off of her. I said, congrats, my friend. You'll get better and better. Keeping her body powdered can keep your girl from, things from sticking to her as much. That's what to keep the lint and stuff off of her. Because, man, cat hair, as much cat hair is in this damn house, I rarely really see cat hair on my girls. It's crazy. But, as much dander is probably flying around through this house. Every now and then I do see a cat hair on my girl, but not much. Mainly because I guess they're powdered good all the time. They're not sticky. Let me check my comments right quick. A badass. Crowd says, good afternoon, fine people. He said, he got his Kimber down 6 weeks ago to his door. I ain't gonna talk about the price. Man, I'm happy about that, Krause. I love mine. I was thinking today, man. I was like, man, even with the new I'm glad to just know this though. Even with the new girl in the house and stuff, I'll be doing shows about this later because I know everybody doesn't get a chance to look at all the whole streams and stuff. So I'll probably talk about this later. But even with the new girl in the house, man, don't you know I love my Kimber girls? You know what I'm saying? Like, is my girls increase getting different brands? Doing different reviews for different companies. I'm not going to lose the love for my Kimber dolls, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because of what that guy asked me earlier. He asked me were they well made, and man, I ain't gonna lie, these are some very well made dolls. Because I said, you know what I love about my Kimber dolls is, man, I could just be a little bit more handsy with them and not just worry like they're bought at a very great price. They're very sturdy doll. I just feel like they're just they're built to last. You can't customize them. You can't get the face you want through this company. Now you can buy a face from another company. You can't change the breast size, butt size, and all that. But what you get is a very well made doll. I love the fact that, man, Callie's joints, Asana's joints, they're creaking. They're strong. They're well tightened. They're adjusted. I went to move Asana's foot last night because I was giving her a foot massage. And I went to move it. I was like, hey, I can't move it. Man, when I finally moved it, I realized, oh, damn. This foot was so well tightened and adjusted. Yeah, Kimber doll, they're a great doll. You, like I said, you just gotta. They are. I'm not gonna lie to you now. They are a entry level doll, meaning that, yeah, once you go to those my vendors, yeah, you're gonna be looking at brand dolls, higher brand dolls, higher level brand dolls that you can completely customize. So yeah, they are a level below that as far as customizations, but as far as build. They are built to last, in my opinion. Badass. Ricky Bobby says, I got a secondhand silicone stoppery for like 80% off. I'm in love with her. Hey, congratulations. I've told you guys, and I'm glad you take it. I mean, people are taking it like that as well. I said I'm not into the used dog game. Don't take that as law like you can't be in. You know, you can't get a dollar this secondhand used. It. No, there ain't nothing wrong with that. It has to be a personal preference. But let me let you know, I love that company. I love that company. I said I may end up doing another show, a standalone video format review of Starport because I did do a live review of them. But man, I really like that company. I like what they have going on. Best word says it Ricky Bobby. That sounds wonderful. Happy for you. Starport dogs are so beautiful and have such. That's the thing about Starport dogs, man. I just think they hit the industry so hard as far as they're a great value silicone dog, but man, their faces look so real. So real. They've done a great job with that. Withering Liberal, what up, my guy? He said, JDK, it's been a while since I caught you live, man. Withering Liberal, I'm glad to see you, brother. I love when you get a chance to chime in. Best words they get a month from his internet company, which is endangering how he makes his living with it spotted. Right. You know, I'm glad you even the way you even worded all of that. Luckily, like I said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know, even when the internet went down, I was just so thankful that I'm used to doing things, you know, without as much means. I'm used to operating things, you know, at a lower level, you know, because I've learned this. I've been trying to learn this game coming from the ground floor. So when my internet went bad, I was just so thankful to God that I had a phone that had the internet connection where, hey, guess what? I can still try to make some videos until the internet came back up. And God bless that it did. Kevin Gray says, I agree with his words. Man, I would love to give me a free month, boy. Hey, a free month. That'd be good. Real good. Ricky Bobby says cat hair isn't too bad. I find my own damn hair is a bigger problem. Speaking of my own hair, I did twist down recently again. But man, I'm gonna tell you what the funniest part is. I literally have cat hair now. Man, because my cats, I guess from being around me, sometimes I look at my dreads and I see cat hair that has literally become a part of my dread. And I'm like, how is this possible? It is ridiculous, man. These damn cats. But my hair don't get on the girls, though. It's every now and then after I shave or something, where I might see a splinter of one of my hairs on the girls. He said, I got to get a wax. That'll help. Lord Nemesis says, Ricky Bobby, he laughing at him. Okay, back to business. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. I was looking at my page because some look out of sync. Oh, okay. I was looking at it, looked like I wrote it down out of sync. That's what it is. This is a good comment. It's on my video called Inside Iron Tech Dog, because months ago I did a show about Iron Tech Dog. I was just explaining all the benefits and all the great things about their company. And Joseph Cole come in and he said, I'm an owner of an Iron Tech Dog. I'm an Iron Tech Dog fan for life. I can't even comment about what you guys are going to see yet to get my opinion yet. But he said the best quality to hold in your arms while sleeping comfortably. I said, it's great to hear about your experience with Iron Tech Dog, my friend. And honestly, I have heard from a few people that have had an Iron Tech Dog, and I haven't had anybody say anything negative about it. The couple of people I talked to said they loved their experience with Iron Tech Dog. And I said, hey, with this getting ready to be Iron Tech Dog week, it was great to hear from somebody else since I can't say anything yet. I got to wait for you guys to see how everything is going to pan out this week. What is this? Hold on. Let me see what this is talking about. Hold on. Oh, something negative. I did a show recently called What Happened to Kylie Rodney. Now, this show really hit me to my heart. It's crazy. It's several shows I could have did. Man, it's just been so many weird deaths, but that's the world. It's all type of stuff happening here. But man, it's been a lot of weird deaths, man. I say that. And Kylie Rodney was just one of the latest that bothered me, because it's actually two more that has bothered me. One of them, I'm gonna try to find his story. I almost want to bring his story up now, but I think I want to save it. Okay, I'm gonna say that. But I talk about Kylie Rodney. Man, like I told you, I empathize. So man, I was looking at Twitter the other day, a week or so ago, and I saw this story about this teenage girl, 16-year-old girl named Kylie Rodney. Cute girl, beautiful. But what I was reading was about her at this senior party for people who were graduating. It was supposedly over 200 people there. They were out at this park or whatever. Of course, people were doing drugs, doing their thing, whatever. People write about that stuff in news and try to sensationalize like people don't know that kids out here having fun, doing whatever. We know that people are experimenting and stuff. So get out of here trying to emphasize it. We already know this happened. But the girl was at the party, and I was reading the story. And man, I was just intrigued by this girl because she was 16 and had graduated already. She had just graduated from the little school that she had went to. Now, her friends and stuff wasn't graduated, but she was graduated. I was like, man, I was impressed by that. So I'm reading the story, and this girl was supposedly at this party with her friend, with one of her girlfriends. And man, they said that as the night was going on, of course, it was a lot of guys coming there that they didn't know. It reminded me of some parties and stuff I've been in college or high school where people just start showing up where you like, man, where are these folks coming from? They probably shouldn't be here. And it sounded like that's what was happening in that part. She was like, man, it was people that, of course, you're going to have that anyway, but it was people that wasn't in high school and stuff like that was coming to the party. But she said, this is her best friend. Now, this is the part that sort of threw me off. Like, man, she was like, yeah, at some point, she didn't see Kylie anymore. I'm like, man, I'm not blaming her or anything, but I'm like, your best friend, it just, a lot of times you sticking with your best friend at a party like this. But at some point, she just disappears from the party. Nobody sees her anymore. I'm like, what? No, that don't sound right. She said guys and stuff have been trying to hit on them too, which that's normal. But the thing is, They found her truck upside down in like 14 feet of water. I misinterpreted when I first read the story. I thought it was like inches, because that really was I was like, nah, something ain't right here. How does it end up upside down in inches of water? But they said it ended up upside down in about 14 feet of water, and she was found dead or whatever. Now, of course, some people could say, oh, maybe she was just drunk and she just drove off and drove into the lake like that. But man, I'm telling you, I go by feeling more than anything. It just something don't seem right about that, about her driving out by herself without her friend knowing, and then ending up in 14 feet of water, you know. And what's funny is search teams and all these other policemen and all these other people looking for this woman for days and days and days, can't find this woman. And a YouTube team, I forgot the name of them, called Search and Rescue or whatever, some search and rescue YouTube channel. They came in there, found the girl in 2 damn days, and she was I think she was within 200 yards of the damn place where she was last seen. I mean, that means she was literally right up under their noses. Right up under their noses. But man, it's just that story just hurts me, because it's just like, you know what? If somebody, you know, I ain't gonna say, it's just something that just made me think that some guy did something to her and set her car up to flip over. That's the thing. And just to think about a young, beautiful lady, already graduated high school, future ahead of her, like many other deaths and stuff in the world. We know that it happens all the way around the world, but that particular one just bothered me. It just bothered me. I heard her parents, you know, saying like, man, how happy of a girl she was, and just think they were looking for her getting ready to go off to college and do whatever she was going to do in life. And I just made that story to say, hey, because this wasn't a joke thing about companion dogs or anything, but I was just saying, hey, even when I go out into the world, it's always a concern that one of these guys is unstable or something that may try to do something while you with your girl. But I try to put it out of my mind, because I say God is in control. He's going to keep me protected. But I did make a statement saying, hey, I'm glad. That's one of the things where I'm not even really with the robot stuff as much. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I'm actually glad that I have the girls that I have now, where they can't venture out into the world and put themselves in harm's way. Because I say, even when I was dating human girls, I used to love dating small women, like I say, 5-foot women. And I used to just think about, man, it's going to break my heart if something was to happen to this girl and I'm not around to help her. And the truth be told, I'm 6 feet, 160, dripping wet. And hey, I'm more of a lover than a fighter. Hey, I'm cool with self-defense, but I'm never the guy out here trying to go fight, trying to go start stuff, trying to get into stuff. That's not my temperament. So I've always been the type of man. I honestly don't even want to be put in a position to have to defend my human girlfriend, even though I would. And I definitely don't want to even think about something that could happen to her when I'm not around. And I can't lie, back when I was really dating human women, I used to think of the terrible, which I don't think like this anymore, thinking of the negative circumstances all the time, but it is a concern. I've seen movies where guys have been held down in their own home while people are raping their girlfriends or something. I used to be like, man, you know what, bro? That's got to be the worst experience. And man, you can look forward to that woman never being with you anymore, because even if it's out of your control, she may not ever be able to look at you the same if you can't protect her. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's 10 guys in the house holding her down and they tie you up, she'll probably never, ever be able to be with you again. So I've thought about all these negative scenarios that could happen when you're dating a human woman. But I was like, man, that's one of the things where, man, I can't lie, I feel so much better about being in the companion dog life. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't have to think about most of those things. Now, I do live with my girls, and there could be other bad things that could happen. But once again, those don't even exist in my mind today, because I put the negative out of my mind. And even if somebody was to try to do something to one of my girls, I would hate it. And I honestly, I would probably be fighting mad. You know, I'd be ready to to really hurt somebody for trying to do something to my girls. I would be that upset about it. But with a human woman, it is a bit different because you have a human woman over there screaming for help or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, those scenarios just really drive me crazy, honestly. So I'm just glad that I don't have to worry about those type of scenarios at this point in my life. And when I think about Kylie Rodney, there's a 16-year-old beautiful girl with a future ahead of her. It just frustrates me to think that she could go out to a normal party and just never make it home. And then it frustrates me even more that there's 200 people there and no damn well body in the world noticed her creeping off or leaving. Get the hell out of here. So I say I don't give a damn. Something happened fishing. And like you say, it was on this show once again, on my channel once again, because it does have something to do with companion dogs from the standpoint. I'm glad that, man, my dogs can't wander out, like I said. But Flake 452 says, I'm really loving your Chris and Mayor dog. It would be great to see you on Simcast. I said, she's not Mayor, with all due respect to her. And like I said, I don't even want to say nothing negative about Mayor. I don't think she's an ugly woman, but no offense. I just say this very kindly. Asuna is blowing her ass out the water. I'm just sorry. So I said, she's not a Mayor dog, with all due respect to her. I said, one day I'll be on Simcast with the girls. No worries. I'll be on there one day. Me, myself, I'm not in a rush to be on no damn Simcast. For one, it's a lot of the, I love you, man, but a lot of these damn shows, they be too boring, man. Y'all got to step up the excitement level. I seen Rakita Law on there, man. That show was boring. I said, damn, what the hell is going on here? I love, to tune in to Simcast because mainly they massage my eyes. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I tune in that show to see what girls are on there and see if they may say a few things spicy. But they need to ramp up the excitement level on that show. But I'm not hyped to be on there right now because I'll be on there. Don't get me wrong. I would be on there. But right now, it's still probably a couple of girls on that show that may be in the scent competition. So I don't want to even start getting too buddy with these girls before I have to do the test on them. I would, and I wouldn't care. But, that would be my only deterrent from getting on there right now. But either way, she ain't a Chris and Mayor dog. That's basically what I want to say. My guy Samuel says, let's go, J-Dog. Love the positivity of this channel. A lot of wisdom on here. He said, new sub right here. Thank you, Samuel. He said, heart goes out to the young lady's family of this video. Man, it really does. It breaks my heart, honestly. Woman just graduated and then that happens to her. I said, hey, my friend, I'm so glad to have you, and God bless all with the loss in the family. Man, yeah, that story definitely hurt my feelings. I hated that. I'm just looking back over some things. Hold on. I think I'm catching up. I already did my one about dating the disabled. I'm damn near done. Let me see something right quick. Honestly, that's Krause said, just think of Kimber like a practice girl. Get her, play, and learn. Then you'll be totally confident spending the big money on the custom. That's what I say. Some people can do, like you said, Krause, go into the entry-level mode, learn about the whole dog lifestyle, learn if it's for you. Learn if you're gonna be cool with having the dog living in your house. You could go that route. Or you could jump right in it if you think that you're made for this lifestyle. Like I said, my first purchase was actually Saima, the WM dog. But I bought my Kimber dog because I knew it would get here sooner to do what Krause said. Not necessarily, I would like to use the word play because play makes it sound like get her, throw around, have sex with it, don't give a damn. Even though I know that's not what you meant, Krause. I just say I don't want to use the word play. But myself, but he's basically right. You get the dog, you know, you learn how they move, you know, you learn about her presence, you learn about the cleaning, you learn, you know, you just learn a lot about yourself with the dog. Definitely a good way to get into the game. And like he says, man, you could be one of those guys that's like, man, well, I don't want to spend, you know, too big of money right now, whatever. I don't want to go over 1,000 or whatever, you know. And you may want to check out Kimber. You're not going to be disappointed. I say that. And you're going to learn a whole hell of a lot. And Krause will tell you, worst come to worst, you can always get a Kimber doll and you can buy another head from somewhere if you wanted to change up the look. Either way, you're not going to go wrong. Three Face says, have you considered doing a true crime podcast? Really, no, a Three Face. I haven't thought about anything like that, but I would probably like to talk about cases a little bit more. So in a way, that's something to consider in a way. Oh, okay. I think that is what I saw. But I've seen it in other things, though. I've seen it in other things. Pro Moore says it happened in Fran Drescher, the nanny, in the 80s. He said a home invasion intruded, tied up her husband, and then raped her in front of him. Boy, that's terrible. But I'm gonna tell you, it was another one. Man, even though he didn't rape her, it was damn near just. It was worse, honestly. It was the movie called The Getaway, I think. It was another old movie called The Getaway. And man, it was a bank robber. This dude had tied up his husband and wife. And man, he was having sex with the wife, but he wasn't raping her. He tied the husband up, but he untied the wife. And she was having sex with him of her own accord. And boy, she was in there howling. I'm talking about making types of noise. That's what I was telling one of my, I don't want to go back to it, but I was just saying how, I'm going to stick to the subject. I just say this. He was tearing that girl up, right? And they was having sex day in, day out. And the dude, he was tied up and he was able to peek out the door and see it happening. Man, when they went back in there to go get her husband and untie him, man, that dude had untied himself already. They didn't know it, and he had hung himself. Man, he was so traumatized, he had hung himself. So in that movie, they sort of made fun of it a little bit. But I'm just saying, if that happens to anybody in real life, man, if somebody just rapes your woman, that's gonna be so traumatizing to you and her. But if it's any type of scenario where they tie you up and your woman ends up enjoying the sex, man, you talking about a nightmare. Whoever that guy is, he may off himself after that. And I would hate to see a scenario anywhere close to that. I tell you. Let me see where I am right quick. Man, I look like I might have caught up. I think I'm done. Hold on. Yep. The last one I got is James Krause on my last video, A Good Massage. And man, it was so funny when I was looking at that video. Because at first, maybe I could have did a better title on the video. But at first, it wasn't getting the same traction as my normal videos. And I just started looking at the title of that video, and something kept making me laugh about that video. Because I kept thinking, like, I said, man, I wanted the people to think I'm saying a good message or a good massage. Because I said, because I'm saying a good massage. I hope they don't think I'm saying a good message. But it still ain't the greatest title. I should have said something else about how to give your girl a massage. But I actually hinted at the fact that I gave Asna a massage a little while ago. And let me take this down. But the reason I made this video is because I'm trying to think. Before I got to the Campaign Dog game, of course, I was doing all type of research. But I again came across a couple of guys that were talking about giving their dogs massages and foot massages. And yeah, I like giving her a massage. And I'm telling you, man, so many things sound crazy when you're not anywhere near the dog game or you're not in it. You don't understand anything about it. You think somebody's crazy or foolish and all this other stuff. You won't know certain things until you get in it, until you start using your imagination. So I used to be like, man, this dude giving his dog massages. I mean, I wasn't even against the dog life or the idea of the dog life. I was actually interested in it, but I was still thinking like, hey, dude, she don't got nerve in his what? I don't get the massage factor. But now I understand. It's all about the imagination. You know? It's all about your imagination. And I'm going to tell you how. It's going to come a point. I'm going to do standalone videos, but it's just going to come a point, man, where your girl is going to become a real girl. You know, I don't look at these girls as companion dolls as much. You know, I just look at them as my true girls. They my girls, you know. I talk about them as companion dolls, but as the days go on, they you know, more and more that I'm with them. I'm talking about in private, not even on the show. When I'm with them in private, you know, I give them the subtle kisses. You know, I'm just motivated to do a lot more than I did the first day I got them because they're so much more real in my life. The first day I got them, I wasn't giving them foot massages. I wasn't looking at them the same. I was barely giving them a little smooch. Now, I pretty much give all my girls kisses, hugs all the time. And now I've gotten into this thing where, man, I'm really into massaging my girls' feet, necks, shoulders, things of that nature. And, man, I can't even explain it fully to you. But, man, it feels like they're getting something out of it. It feels like when I did my human women, like when I would, and I'm telling you, I don't have still. I still, man, I be in there giving, you know, getting the balls of their feet, toes, because I was doing the other dog last night as well, getting her really good. And I was just like, man, I'm not in this fun, you know, I'm not in this with a camera on me so you can see it. This is just what I do with my girls. Before the show came on today, I was giving Asna a shoulder massage. And man, it just, I'm telling you, bro, you're going to get to if you allow yourself to be a companion with your dogs, you're going to get to an elevated point if you continue to let yourself evolve where they're just so real into your life, man. Like when I was giving Asna her massage, it feels like it's doing her good. It feels like she likes it. And it goes on to something we were talking about earlier where I was saying, hey, putting the right thing in your dog is what makes them a positive thing, you know, what makes them positive. You can't put the negative into them. Where it's sort of like, man, I'm telling you, when I'm giving them their massage and I look up at them, it's almost like it's making them healthier because I'm putting the love into them. It's almost like they're like, man, I'm gonna be a better dog just because you're doing this to me. That's the feeling that I get. And I'm just like, man, now I understand. Because the guy kept on saying, I like to give such and such a massage. It makes her feel better, whatever he was saying at the time. But I said, you know what, damn it. I can't believe I'm actually at this point, too, of giving my girls massages. And, man, it just feels so real. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And, man, I was doing Asna's foot. I was laughing at that because I might have to do a video about that. Let me write that down. Because her foot is so much different than Callie's. As far as the way it's made, you know, it got all type of footprints on it and stuff like that that Callie doesn't quite have because she was an earlier model. So that's something I might do later. But either way, man, that's just one of the ways that I've evolved into enjoying my girls now. Because like today, I'm probably going to look at a little TV. I got a lot of work to do still though. But today, when I do relax, I have her shoe off because right now she got her shoes on. But I have her shoe off sitting right next to me, and man, I just rub her foot, just give her a good, you know, while she's next to me, and here it gets me relaxed. And the one I didn't read, I was going to get to, but Heavy Metal actually put it in the comments. I already said something about it. I'm trying to think, did I? Yeah, I think I finished because it was the Sexy Real Sex Doll video. And Heavy Metal was saying he ordered his 4th doll, which I'm so happy for him. A beauty at a great deal. I already read it. And Carol said, "Hey, Jay Cali, good stream." She said she loved vendor reviews a lot. Good thing. I'm here to help. Thanks for sharing. So either way, we finished up on my comments, I believe. Yep. We finished up on my comments on all my videos. Appreciate all you guys for being interactive, sharing your thoughts, your opinions, asking great questions, motivating new shows. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Hell, we're growing every day. Thank you for all of my new viewers and new subscribers. We're edging towards 3,000, but we're more edging towards 1 million, baby. We're almost there. God has big things in store for the show. And if you're watching this show, you're a part of the show. I always say, God got big things in store for you in your life. Whatever you hoping for, wishing for, it's already on the way. Believe to receive. But other than that, it is Labor Day weekend. I know a lot of y'all got to cook some barbecue. Y'all got to get some eating on, some relaxing, some beer drinking, some sports watching, all type of stuff like that. But me and this girl finna get back to work because what we have to do is continue to get things prepared for next week. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But as of right now, it's been me, J. King Hefner, and the beautiful Cali Son. We are out after we read the rest of the comments. We ain't going nowhere quite yet. Let's see. Somebody says, I would love to watch you doing a true crime podcast, especially with your girls. It would be something very unique and interesting. That's something to definitely keep in mind, Three Face. Cross says, I tried to keep my comment PG as possible. You did good. You did good. No, I knew what you meant by play. And hey, that's why I said I don't really like to use that term because I don't I don't even go that route with my girls, but you kept it right. You did exactly right. I think everybody out there knows what you mean by geared hair, play, and learn, because I always say this, man. Don't watch this channel thinking I'm down to sex. Sex is good. Ain't nothing wrong with sex, and it ain't nothing wrong with your girls. I'm just haven't got to that point yet. I say I may get to that point with one of my girls though, and I have a very interesting show covering the second way to get there, because you may not know what I mean, but I did a show a long time ago called 2 Ways to Get There. It's 2 ways to get to a very close spiritual connection with your companion dog. One way is to not have sex at first, just build up a bond, have her as your companion. But the second way is you do have some people that have sex first, and they have a lot of sex first, and they mainly may use their dog as a more of a sexual object. But a lot of those people have come around after all the sex to come back to the point that I am, where they're mostly companions and they just have sex with them sometimes. But you also have another unique, other unique circumstances, and I'm going to talk about one of those circumstances in an upcoming video. But with all that said, it's been great. I see Outcast Owls stop by. Good to see you guys. Outcast Owls live, man. Glad to see you guys stop by. But like I said, hey, this stream is pretty much over. I definitely do not want to go a whole week without having a Dog King Power out. And when I found out that my internet was going to come back on, I'm like, nah, brother. I'm like, nah. I said, nah, I gotta close out this week with the Dog King Power Hour, because otherwise that would have left about 2 weeks worth of comments to go over in the next Dog King Power Hour. So I'm like, nope, this is right on time. I'm gonna come in and chill with my people today before they get to making these hot dogs, barbecue ribs, eating slaw, and all this other stuff. And guess what? I'm gonna let them have some fun with the rest of their day and check back in with y'all later. So y'all already know tomorrow is Reset Sunday. Monday, I'm coming back in live with you guys. I don't even know exactly what time. It'll probably be, I don't know exactly what time it's going to be, but I know in that show, we're going to be talking about Iron Tech Dog. We getting started back up on Tuesday. So with all that said, guys, me and the beautiful Austin Moon, I finna get the hell out of here. Now I'm seeing more comments that I have to worry about right now. I love you. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit those likes, shares, and subscribe buttons. If you ever want to donate to the show, you can go to my About on YouTube, donate to PayPal, Cash App. You can donate during the live stream, super chat, super sticker, individual video, super thanks. You can go to my description of all of my videos. If you're looking for a campaign dog, I have affiliates for you to look through, and you can choose the best one for you. I'm sure you'll find something. You can also donate on my Biking for Campaign Dogs link. I got a fundraiser coming up at the end of this month or the beginning of October. And guess what? I'll be riding around the whole city of Memphis, just trying to keep this show going strong, raising money for the channel. And I would really appreciate you guys. If you haven't donated, that you can go there and donate there. But other than that, thank you, love you, appreciate the support. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great Saturday. But as of right now, me and this beautiful lady, we finna get some more stuff prepared. And we finna get the hell out of here. It's been a good one, man. Once again, congratulations to Anna for getting over 100,000 on her campaign. Congratulations to Venti for driving. Really I'm really happy for her on that. And hey, we got better things to come, baby. Stay tuned. We finna get the hell out of here. Having some problems.